I will ask the snarky question to get you going here on a Friday morning. This Pelosi rule only applies to the House. It does not apply to the Senate. Is COVID a bigger threat to House members than it is to Senate members?
I don't know. I mean, just when you think things couldn't get crazier in Nancy Pelosi's Congress, they just did yesterday. I walked back and forth. I met yesterday with Senator Rick Scott, had a meeting with him in the morning. I was on the Senate side where I didn't have to wear my mask, and as soon as I crossed the line in the middle of the Capitol, I had to put my mask on walking over to the House side. Then she puts out the speaker and instructs the Capitol Police to put out a notice that says that they will arrest my staff, young 20-somethings who come from all over the country to work on Capitol Hill. They're going to arrest them if they don't wear a mask. This is just asinine. There's no science that backs up a move like this.
Well, in fact, here is what the U.S. Capitol Police says about that. Quote, regarding the House mask rules, there is no reason it should ever come to someone being arrested. Anyone who does not follow the rule will be asked to leave the premises. The department's requirement for officers to wear masks is for their health and safety. That, again, from the United States Capitol Police. You know, I guess it's just... We were told from the very beginning, you know, if you get vaccinated, then you're going to be able to take off your mask. Look, I know that things change and viruses change, as we've seen with the Delta variant, but this just doesn't seem to make even the smallest bit of common sense when you have one complex connected by a hallway, two sides totally different. I don't, where do we go from here?
You follow the science. In Washington, D.C., we're averaging 4 murders per week and 0 COVID deaths. Wow. Nationwide, we have half as many on average COVID deaths as we did when we dropped the mask mandate. In my state, in Indiana, we have less COVID cases and COVID deaths than when we dropped all of the mask mandates and the restrictions as well. If you follow the science, there's no logic here. But here's what I've learned in Washington, D.C., in my service over 4 years. When Democrats have control, they love the power that comes with it. They want you to wear a mask forever. They take pleasure in enforcing restrictions on your lives, and that's exactly what this mask mandate is. So it's coming to a town near, it starts on Capitol Hill, but these Democrats want to push these mask mandates and restrictions all over the country again. It makes no sense. There's no science to back it up.
Quickly, if there's any good news for you, Congressman, is that you can officially remove Nancy Pelosi off the Christmas card list for this year in light of recent events and save yourself a stamp. With that, you want a little clarity coming from your White House when it comes to masks. And I don't know if you're getting it from Biden when you see this. Watch.
Maybe the best way to start is, in a significant part of the country, you wouldn't have to take one of these off. You don't have to put one on. Like in my home state of Delaware, because people got vaccinated. They got vaccinated.
All right, that's really confusing. He's talking about wearing a mask, not
then
wearing a mask.
you don't have to because they're vaccinated.
How's the average American supposed to dissect all this mixed messaging?
They can't. It's too difficult to digest. The CDC has put out recommendations that say one thing one day, something very different the next day. The American people they've given up on following our nation's leadership on all of this because it's too confusing, and no one is more confusing than President Biden on all of this. Americans want to move forward. They understand that with COVID brings challenges, but the science backs up dropping the mask, quit masking our kids in schools, lift the mandates on businesses, and let America get back on track. Don't hold us back. But that's what Democrats want to do. They want to hold us back. They want to remask us and shut down businesses, shut down schools. That's what's coming from these Democrats at this point, because they love the power that comes with these mandates.
We want to get your opinion on this real quick before we go, because House Republicans have a renewed call for this wall construction contracts in the new border security plan, and we can bring up some graphics here to show you this. Quote, under President Biden's weak leadership, this border crisis knows no limits as every American community bears the brunt of weak border security. That is said by Congressman John Katko. So with that being said, there was an MS-13 gang member arrested at a ranch in southern Texas. We have about 30 seconds left. What needs to happen now?
Yeah, every state is a border state at this point, and Governor Abbott in Texas called on all the states to help him build the wall. We have this $22 billion block grant program that many of us support. Brian Babin from Texas is leading the effort that would give states resources to build the wall since the federal government has fallen flat on his face.
Congressman Jim Banks, you've had a busy last couple weeks there on Capitol Hill. We appreciate you getting up with us. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Good to be with you.